Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you guys some states that I have visited here in USA. I'm gonna start sharing about Reno, San Francisco, Carson Valley, Nevada, Sacramento, California, and wanna add Evansville, Indiana, which is like on the other side of United States. Um, Reno, it's like um, 10 hours away from Las Vegas. It's in the same state, but they're not next to each other. So we're actually closer to San Francisco and Lake Tahoe, which I'm going to talk about Lake Tahoe, you know, in the later part of this video too, because I'm going to show you some um, pictures or some, you know, compilation of pictures that I have had, you know, when we visited those cities. Then we have San Francisco, which we can actually drive down there for about 4 or 5 hours. But when we visited, we flew in and we visited the by the bay, and then you can see the we had dinner overlooking Alcatraz prison, and which is no longer open. And then we went to visit the aquarium by the bay, which is one thing that, you know, you might want to add to your list if you want to visit San Francisco. And the wax museum and the replace, believe it or not, it's you know, it's unique. So those are the things you want to see if you want to go San Francisco, California. And of course the bridge, if you can go right on they have a tour bus that you can, you know, drive over on that bridge. But at that time we weren't able to do that because my husband was not feeling well, and we cannot really go that far from the hotel. Carson Valley, Nevada. It's like a different part of town where we go. It's like in the mountain parts where they have hot springs there, and then the mountains are beautiful, but still casinos. But if you want to get away just to stay for a night or two, it's a different environment. Like they have springs. Sacramento, California, we visited, of course, that place because I want to go and have some Jollibee there, which is because I'm Filipino, and you know, Jollibee is this thing that we really love to eat. So they have Jollibee in Sacramento, and of course, the seafood city. So we went some shopping in the seafood. So when you go to Sacramento, California, visit Jollibee and then the seafood city. And then I wanna talk about Evansville, Indiana, even though it's a different part of the country. Evansville is where my family is, my sister and her family. It's a town where it's more family oriented, I would say. And of course, I'm gonna share with you guys. Just, you know, wait, you know, here in a moment, and I'm gonna show you some pictures. And you know, if you go to Evansville, they have a nice zoo and nice restaurants, nice food, and of course nice people. Talk about Lake Tahoe. As I mentioned earlier, you know, Reno, from where we lived before, it's like 30 minutes away from Lake Tahoe. And almost every weekend we're up there just to get away from the big city. Lake Tahoe is more of like very quiet, small, and you don't wanna miss it. Lake Tahoe is one place that you wanna put in your bucket list, because just going up all the way to the mountain and overlooking the lake, it was spectacular. And if you want to do, because we did the cruise actually with my sister and her family, and my mom and my mama and my papa, when they came to visit me, we did a cruise again. And it's something that you want to experience when you go there. It's something that you want to see, and you want to breathe the fresh air and breathe the pine tree smell in Lake Tahoe. And they have local hotels there. Of course, they have the casino hotel in the Nevada side, and they have the California side. They have a lot of restaurants that you can, pick from. And there's actually a restaurant like next to the lake, or you have a nice view and you can see the boat, the view and the boat there. And on summertime, there's people that go there and go swimming. The water is still colder, but it's still, people are used to that, so they go swimming. And wintertime, of course, people go there for skiing. It's one place that people visit to ski. So yep, Lake Tahoe, put it in your bucket list. And then Old Sacramento, California. The Old Sacramento, California, they have the old railroad there, and you can see some great history with their museum and the railroad. And then they have some shows there that you can watch in a small town with a small strip of shops that you can walk around. Nice seafood place to eat, and small town, but they have their like show there with, like in Reno on hot August nights, where they show off their old cars. Los Angeles. So we went to LA because we want to see Disneyland. Um, you'll see pictures that I'm gonna, show you here in a moment. Um, well, we went to visit Disneyland, of course. That was the reason why I went to LA, because LA is just crazy, like very crowded, too many people, something like that. But Disneyland is something that you want to see. It's I would say I was like I feel like I was 10 years old when I went there, because I was just like running after this Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I want to take pictures with them, and I want to see, have pictures with the Disney princesses. And we went for different kinds of rides for 3 days that we've been going, you know to Disney, like just doing the rides, eat there, walk around the place, meet some Disney princesses, meet some different kind of Disney, Disney characters. And we watch the show of fireworks at night. It was like 3 days. I think it's not enough. You might want to do like 5 days, and still, it's really something that you want to put it in your bucket list. It's fun. So yeah, Disneyland. And then we also visited in LA, Hollywood, of course. So we went to the Walk of Fame and took some pictures, which I'm gonna share here. And then we did some rides there in the tour of the studio there. It was kind of a cool experience, and how they shoot like Fast and the Furious and the Godzilla and the things like that. It shows you like how they made those things like real in when you're watching movies. And yep, we went for rides there. Hollywood, it's something that you want to see too when you go to California, Los Angeles. And then we went to see that before we end our vacation, because we were there like for more than a week. We went also to see San Diego. San Diego Zoo is the biggest zoo in United States. When you go there, you might want to spend like 2 days, because one day is not enough. They actually have tram where they can transport you from one place to the other because it's so huge. And then they have this cable cars where they take you from one place to the other side of the zoo, which you can see different kinds, of animals there, and species, something like that. So um, San Diego Zoo, put it in your list. And then we went to see the medieval show, where we had a nice dinner, a medieval show. It was a cool one too, where we used like horses, and then just like in a movie, when it's time of, they fight with their sword, things like that. So it's kind of like a good experience to watch that show. Oregon is a place that more of cooler climate. They get rains a lot, but their trees there is like as big as the houses. So we went on the coastal side of Oregon, and then from there we kind of visited those small cities next to each other. But we drove down to Bandon, Oregon, where it's a small kind of town where small shops. We like to visit like local shops and local restaurants. The food there is just so delicious. The tuna that they catch from their ocean right there on the same day in the morning, we had it for dinner. So it was, delicious and fresh food they have. And of course we also went to Golden Beach city or town, where they have this boat ride where it's called Jerry's Row boat ride, where it just goes crazy. So when you go on that boat ride, make sure you bring extra clothes because you really get wet, because the splash from the water. And that experience, it was just like, it takes all the stress away because you just scream so hard, and then you like it feels so good. And then they take you to they have two stops where you have lunch, where it's like a house where they cook you know homemade food like fried chicken, and it's like so delicious. But that one you want to experience when you go to Oregon. Of course, we went to the one of the outlet shops there, and made a little bit of shopping. It's nice shopping, that call it the Tangier outlet stores. Marquette, Michigan, and then Colorado Springs. It was just like a drove by, few minutes here. When we checked that place, it's really nice place to see too. But I think my husband told me it's something that you really want to go and stay there for a few nights and experience the place. Marquette, Michigan. My husband is from Michigan, so he want to see like way on the Upper Peninsula. So we went up there, and it's really literally going up the hill. And so when you get up there, you can see overlooking the Lake Michigan, the biggest lake in the United States. It's huge and it's scary. It scares me. I told my husband I'm not gonna go to that lake. But we ate some food that our lake food, like lake fish they call it, and it was really tasty. It tastes different than ocean fish. So yeah, we had that, that experience. And then we went to Wisconsin. Wisconsin is huge too. So we went first to the Tri-Cities, where we experience those small town local food, local shops, and then eating by the lake, where you can. Our hotel is like overlooking the lake. It's nice one. And after that, we drove to Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which we stayed in the Blue Harbor Resort, which is like sitting next to the lake. So when you are on your balcony in your hotel, you can actually see the lake right there. And you can go down there, have your coffee, sit by the lake, and enjoy the breeze. And it's they have local shops too, and we've tried some local foods too there, like seafood. We love seafood. So yep, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And then um we we'd had a great time staying in that Blue Harbor Resort. You might want to check out that hotel if you want to visit Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Florida. We just visited Florida this July, but let me talk about for Chicago, because we visited it like before we went to Florida. Chicago. I was with my sister and her family. My husband told me you can go. He's been to Chicago many times, so he wants me to see it. We actually went there to just for a day drive, and we went to, of course, see the skyscraper, and then the bean. You wanna check that place too. You wanna take some good pictures when you go there, and then of course, here in Chicago, you have to try the deep dish pizza. So we went to Giordano's. Very tasty, but you don't want to eat it the next day, because right there the cheese is just like, it will show you how the cheese looks good, how tasty the food is. Guys, bye. Please like and subscribe. See you in my next